Hello everyone and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine, and today we have a very exciting elementary lesson for you.
That's right. We are going to take our clothes to the dry cleaners.
Oh, okay, so that means we have some dirty clothes. They need to be cleaned. Let's listen to this dialogue one time, and when we come back, we'll be talking about the words and phrases that you hear in it.
Thank God you were open. I have an emergency.
Hello, Mr. Henderson. What can I do for you?
I need this dress and this suit dry cleaned ASAP.
Okay, I can have it ready by the end of the week.
No, you don't understand. I need this tomorrow morning. I accidentally spilled beer all over my wife's dress, and we have a wedding to attend tomorrow. She's gonna kill me.
Okay, I can have it ready tomorrow afternoon, but this suit is also very stained. I can't guarantee we can remove it completely.
Fine. Can you also iron and starch this shirt?
Certainly.
Great. This is our secret. If you see my wife, say nothing to her about this.
All right, we're back. So now there are probably a couple of words that you didn't understand. So why don't we look at those now in language takeaway?
Language takeaway.
Marco, you already told our listeners about one phrase, to dry clean, so dry cleaned.
All right, so that's when you take your clothes to a professional who doesn't only wash them, right? You don't just put water and soap on it. They actually put some special chemicals and use special machines to get very hard to remove stains from it.
Exactly. And so this is often what we use when we clean coats or fancy shirts and dresses,
Right.
because you don't want to clean those yourself.
Right, you can't put those in the washing machine.
No. So this is the dry cleaner. That's the name of the place. And the action, what they do is they dry clean clothes.
Okay, very good. All right, well, I mentioned that we take them to the dry cleaners because we want to remove stains.
Okay. So a stain is a mark or some color that does not come off, does not go away.
All right, so for example, sometimes you can have a wine stain.
Ooh, wine stains are the worst. They're red and they never come off. Or blood stain.
Or blood stain.
Ooh.
Right, so a stain is a noun, but you can also use it as an adjective. My shirt is stained.
Okay, so it's stained. My pants are stained and I can't wear them again.
Again, now you can also use it as a verb. I stained my pants.
All right.
So it's a verb, it's a noun, and an adjective all in one.
Easy to remember. Well, there's another word that's, related to this word. We spilled something, okay? So I spilled wine and it stained my shirt.
Okay, so to spill. And that means that you took some liquid and you put it onto your clothes.
Or you dropped it and it made a mess. Okay,
Right.
so spill. I spilled some milk.
Okay, spilled. Now, it's pronounced differently from spell, right?
That's right.
It has
spill.
an I, spilled. All right, now our next word is also a noun and a verb, to iron.
To iron means to make something flat with no lines, okay? To smooth it out. So we use an iron to iron.
Exactly.
It's
so
a metal electronic object.
it gets very hot. So you wash your shirts, for example, and your shirts are wrinkled because you just washed them. So you need to iron them.
That's right. And so you smooth them out, you flatten them with this object, an iron.
Okay. And, well, usually, if you take them to the dry cleaners, they will iron them and also starch them.
Okay, so to starch something means to use some powder or chemical to make something stiff or hard.
So the noun or the chemical is also called starch.
Exactly. So you think of a shirt with many buttons that a man wears to work. He has a collar around his neck, and that needs to be high and tall. It can't be flat and wrinkled. And so a dry cleaner will use starch to make sure that this stands up.
Okay, very good. So those are 5 key words for the dialogue today. Let's listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back with Fluency Builder.
Thank God you were open. I have an emergency.
Hello, Mr. Henderson. What can I do for you?
I need this dress and this suit dry cleaned ASAP.
Okay, I can have it ready by the end of the week.
No, you don't understand. I need this tomorrow morning. I accidentally spilled beer all over my wife's dress, and we have a wedding to attend tomorrow. She's gonna kill me.
Okay, I can have it ready tomorrow afternoon, but this suit is also very stained. I can't guarantee we can remove it completely.
Fine. Can you also iron and starch this shirt?
Certainly.
Great. This is our secret. If you see my wife, say nothing to her about this.
All right, we're back now, so let's take a look at Fluency Builder.
Thank God.
Thank God. All right, what is this phrase? Thank God.
Okay, this is a phrase we use in English to say that we're happy about something or that we're relieved. Okay? So maybe I'm nervous that the mail isn't going to come today. And then the mail comes and I say, "Oh, thank God. The
It's
mail
here."
came." Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy. I was hoping it would come.
So you're relieved. Thank God. Now, is it? We are using the word there, God, but it doesn't really have a religious connotation that much, right?
Not anymore.
It's,
No.
It's usually just a phrase.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, what about this acronym ASAP or ASAP?
ASAP. So as soon as possible.
Okay.
It's an acronym. So the first letter comes from the word. It means as soon as possible, very quickly, right away.
You always hear that in an office setting as well. I need those papers ASAP. I need those reports ASAP.
Exactly. So you can say it either way, ASAP or ASAP, and it means immediately.
Okay. And he said that he needed the suit ASAP, and he said, I can have it ready by the end of the week.
Okay, so that might not be fast enough for the client, for the person here who has the stain, but the end of the week is a very, very useful phrase because it means that maybe today's Monday or Tuesday, by Friday or Saturday, we'll have this ready for you.
Okay.
Because we think of the end of the week as Friday, maybe Thursday, Friday.
So I can say the end of the week, or the end of the day,
Exactly, the end of the month.
or the end of the year.
Exactly. So the end of is usually
The last.
time. So
Okay.
thank goodness it's the end of the week. I'm ready for my weekend.
Very good. Okay. So great phrases there as well. Let's listen to the dialogue for the last time.
Thank God you were open. I have an emergency.
Hello, Mr. Henderson. What can I do for you?
I need this dress and this suit dry cleaned ASAP.
Okay, I can have it ready by the end of the week.
No, you don't understand. I need this tomorrow morning. I accidentally spilled beer all over my wife's dress, and we have a wedding to attend tomorrow. She's gonna kill me.
Okay, I can have it ready tomorrow afternoon, but this suit is also very stained. I can't guarantee we can remove it completely.
Fine. Can you also iron and starch this shirt?
Certainly.
Great. This is our secret. If you see my wife, say nothing to her about this.
All right, we're back. So now, dry cleaning, ironing. Are you good at this, or do you get a lot of your clothes dry cleaned?
I'm pretty good at this, actually. I don't like to wash clothes. I get really bored with the washing machine, but I actually really like ironing.
Really?
Yeah, I find it very relaxing.
Really? I usually find it very frustrating
Really? Why is that?
because I can't really iron well because I start on one side and I'm getting all the lines out and then the other side gets wrinkled or lines appear where I don't want them to appear. It's very frustrating for me.
It is frustrating. It takes some practice. My suggestion is to use the spritzer. In the iron, there's some water that can come out like
Yeah.
that. Well, if you spray the water, it makes the lines go out for longer, right? Because if you iron over that, it's more permanent.
I've also seen some sprays sometimes that you can spray your clothes with some special chemical that's
Yeah.
not actually starch, but it helps remove the wrinkles quicker.
Exactly. I don't use that. I use water generally, but they're all available.
Hi, welcome. Are you ready to listen to our story? Today, I want to tell you something very useful for everyday life. Imagine this. You have a special event tomorrow, maybe a wedding, an important meeting, or even a party. You open your closet, take out your clothes, and suddenly you see a stain. Maybe it's coffee, maybe it's juice, Maybe it's something worse like red wine. At that moment, you feel a little panic, right? Because you know you can't just throw that delicate dress or that formal suit into the washing machine. That's where the dry cleaners come in. Dry cleaning is different from normal washing. Instead of water and soap, they use special liquids and machines that clean gently, so the fabric doesn't shrink or lose its shape. You might see the label on some clothes that says dry clean only. That warning is very important. If you ignore it and wash those clothes at home, you might ruin them. I once had a beautiful shirt that became too small because I didn't check the label. Since then, I always look first, and when I see dry clean only, I know where to go. But dry cleaning is not only about removing stains, it's also about keeping your clothes looking fresh, smooth, and professional. Think about a wrinkled shirt. You can iron it at home, yes, but sometimes the result is not perfect. At the dry cleaners, they iron and sometimes use starch to make the fabric crisp and sharp. Starch is a spray or powder that gives structure to collars and sleeves so they stand up neatly. This is especially important for office shirts or uniforms, where appearance really matters. Now, here's a useful expression: as soon as possible, which means as soon as possible. When you have a big problem like a stain before an event, you might rush into the dry cleaners and say, "Please, I need this cleaned as soon as possible." That shows urgency, that you don't have time to wait, and usually dry cleaners can help. Many places offer express service, which means they clean faster, maybe in one day. Of course, it can cost more, but when you really need it, it's worth every cent. So next time you see a stain or a dry clean only label, don't worry, you have a solution. Just remember, stains, starch, ironing, and express service are all part of the world of dry cleaning. And every time you use these services, you are not only saving your clothes, but also learning practical English words and expressions that you can use in real life. Picture this. You are drinking coffee in the morning, rushing because you're late, and suddenly the cup slips from your hand. Coffee spills all over your white shirt. At first, you try to clean it with some water, but the brown stain just spreads and looks worse. This is exactly the kind of moment when the dry cleaners become your best friend. A spill is when liquid falls accidentally, and the result is often a stain. These two words are very common in daily life. For example, I spilled water on my book, or there is a big stain on my carpet. Easy to say and very practical. When you take stained clothes to the dry cleaner, you should always explain what happened. This helps them choose the best way to clean it. For example, you can say, "This is a coffee stain," or "I spilled red wine here." Different stains need different treatments. If you don't say what caused it, the cleaner might use the wrong method, and the stain could stay forever. So here's a good English phrase to practice. I spilled on my shirt. Can you remove the stain? Fill in the blank with coffee, wine, oil, or even lipstick. That's how real English works. Simple, useful, and connected to your daily life. Now let's talk about ironing. At home, many people find ironing difficult. You press one side of the shirt, and suddenly new wrinkles appear on the other side. That can feel very frustrating. A wrinkle is a line or fold that makes clothes look old or messy. The opposite of wrinkled is smooth. So you can say, "My shirt is wrinkled," or "I need to iron my pants to make them smooth." At the dry cleaners, ironing is done professionally. They don't only iron. They sometimes add starch so the fabric looks strong and sharp. Imagine wearing a crisp shirt to a job interview. It gives confidence, and people notice your neat appearance. Dry cleaners also give us some cultural lessons. In many English-speaking countries, it's very common to take clothes there before important events like weddings, graduations, or business meetings. People see clean and ironed clothes as a sign of respect for others. So when you practice English phrases like, "Can you iron this shirt?" or "Please use starch on the collar," you are not only learning words, but also learning culture. You are learning how people show professionalism and care in daily life. So next time you spill something, don't panic. Instead, think of it as an opportunity to practice English and to take better care of your clothes. Every stain is a little lesson, and the dry cleaners are the classroom where you learn how to deal with it. Think for a moment about your closet. Do you have special clothes that you only wear on important occasions? Maybe a suit for a wedding, a dress for a party, or even a traditional outfit from your culture. These clothes are not for everyday use, so they need extra care. That's why many people use the dry cleaners before and after big events. For example, before a wedding, someone might say, "I need my suit pressed and ready for Saturday." The word pressed is another way to say ironed. And after the party, they might return with the same suit and say, "Can you clean this suit? It has a wine stain." These short, polite sentences are exactly the kind of English you can use in real life. Dry cleaners also handle large items that are difficult to wash at home, like blankets, bed covers, and curtains. Washing a blanket in a small home machine can be a disaster. It might not fit, or it might come out heavy and still dirty. But at the dry cleaners, they have big machines designed for this. You can simply ask, "Do you clean blankets?" Or, "Can I bring my curtains here?" These are clear and practical questions that show confidence when speaking English. Another great tip is to always check your clothes when you pick them up. Look carefully. Are they clean, smooth, and fresh? If something isn't right, you can politely say, "Excuse me, could you check the stain again?" Or, "This shirt is still wrinkled, can you press it more?" Practicing these polite requests in English will make you sound natural and respectful, and it will also help you get the service you want. There's also a cultural side here. In many English-speaking countries, people see going to the dry cleaners as part of their weekly or monthly routine, just like shopping for groceries. It's a normal part of life. You might hear someone say, "I need to pick up my clothes from the cleaners," in the same way they say, "I need to buy some milk." That shows how everyday and common this service island. So remember, the dry cleaners are not only about saving your clothes, but also about learning practical English. Words like pressed, wrinkled, pick up, and drop off are not just vocabulary, they are tools that help you in real conversations. And every time you use them, you become more confident in both your language and your life. Let's imagine a very real situation. You are getting ready for an important job interview tomorrow. You want to look confident and professional, but then you notice your best shirt is wrinkled and your suit has a small stain on the sleeve. At that moment, the dry cleaners are your rescue team. You walk in and say, "Can you clean and press this suit by tomorrow morning?" That's a polite and clear request. Notice how we use clean and press. This is a common phrase at dry cleaners. It means wash the clothes and iron them so they look perfect. Sometimes you may also want to give special instructions. For example, maybe you have sensitive skin and you don't like strong perfume on your clothes. You can ask, "Could you clean this without using perfume?" Or maybe you don't want your shirt to be too stiff. You can say, "Please don't use starch on this shirt." These small but powerful sentences give you control, and they also help you practice speaking English with confidence. Another very useful part of the dry cleaning experience is the ticket or receipt. When you drop off your clothes, the cleaner usually gives you a small paper with a number and a date. This is proof that you left your clothes there. In English, you can ask, "When can I pick them up?" Or, "What day will this be ready?" These are easy but very practical questions. When you return, you simply give the ticket and say, "I'm here to pick up my clothes." That's all you need, and it's exactly the kind of English you can use again and again in daily life. Also, think about how nice it feels when the dry cleaner remembers you. Maybe they smile and say, "Good morning, how are you today?" Or the usual service. These little conversations are opportunities for you to practice speaking. You can reply with simple, friendly sentences like, "I'm fine, thank you," or "Yes, just the usual." This not only helps you learn natural English, but also makes you feel part of the community. So, going to the dry cleaners is more than cleaning clothes. It's a chance to practice useful English phrases like clean and press, pick up, drop off, and without starch. Each visit is a mini lesson in both language and culture. And with every phrase you learn, you feel more ready to handle real-life situations in English with ease and confidence. Think about how many memories are connected to our clothes. Maybe you have a dress you wore to your best friend's wedding, or a shirt you wore on your first day at work. These clothes carry stories, and that's why we want to take care of them. The dry cleaners help us protect these memories by keeping the clothes fresh, clean, and ready for the next important moment. When you hand over those special items, it feels like you are saying, "Please take care of something valuable to me." And the great thing is, most dry cleaners really do treat your clothes with care. Another important habit is seasonal cleaning. For example, at the end of winter, many people bring their heavy coats to be cleaned before storing them away. Then, when cold weather comes back, the coats are already fresh and ready to wear. The same goes for summer dresses or light jackets. You clean them before putting them away. This habit not only makes your clothes last longer, but it also keeps your closet organized. In English, you can practice sentences like, "I'd like to clean this coat before storing it," or "Can you prepare these dresses for the season?" These are polite and natural ways to explain what you need. And let's not forget about big household items. Things like curtains, bed covers, or comforters are too large for most home washing machines. That's why many people take them to the dry cleaners. Imagine saying, "Do you clean curtains?" or "Can you wash this blanket?" These are short, direct questions, but very useful in everyday English. They save you trouble and give you exactly the service you need. Finally, there's something very motivational about this whole topic. Taking care of your clothes is also taking care of yourself. When you wear clean, smooth, and well-kept clothes, you feel more confident. You stand taller, you speak more clearly, and people respect you more. It's not only about fashion, it's about self-respect. And the English you practice at the dry cleaners teaches you the same lesson. If you take care of small details, you will build bigger confidence in life. So, every visit to the dry cleaners is not just about removing a stain or ironing a shirt. It's about learning responsibility, practicing real-life English, and feeling proud of how you present yourself to the world. I really enjoyed talking about this story. If you like, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and family. Every time you listen, comment, or share, it helps more people learn English and learn together.
Hello. I'm happy to be here again. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing great. And I'm really excited because today's topic is something useful for everyday life. We're going to talk about taking our clothes to the dry cleaners.
That's right. It's something many people do, especially when they have special clothes like suits, dresses, or clothes with stains that are hard to clean at home.
Exactly. When we take our clothes to the dry cleaners, we're not using water and soap like at home. Dry cleaning uses special machines and chemicals to clean the clothes gently.
And that's important because some clothes say, dry clean only. If we wash them in a machine with water, they can shrink or lose their shape.
Yes, that happened to one of my shirts. I washed it at home, and it got smaller and didn't fit anymore. Now I always check the label first.
Good idea. So when we go to the dry cleaners, we can take clothes that are dirty or stained. A stain is a mark that's hard to remove, like coffee, wine, or oil.
Stains can be really annoying. Sometimes I spill something on my shirt, and I can't clean it with regular washing. So I take it to the dry cleaners, and they usually know what to do.
Yes, the dry cleaner can use special tools or chemicals to remove the stain. But sometimes the stain is too deep, and they can't clean it completely.
And that's okay. They always do. They say things like, "We'll try to remove the stain, but we can't promise." It's nice that they're honest about it.
Another good service they offer is ironing. After cleaning the clothes, they can iron them so there are no wrinkles. The shirt looks neat and smooth.
Yes, and they can also use starch on the shirt to make it look crisp and sharp. Starch is something they spray or press into the shirt so the collar and sleeves stand up nicely.
Business shirts usually need starch, especially if someone works in an office or has to look formal.
I agree. I don't always like to iron at home. It takes time and it's hard to do it perfectly. So I often ask the dry cleaners to do it for me.
Same here. They know how to make the shirt look new again. It saves time and it looks much better than when I do it myself.
I remember one time uno spilled soda all over a white dress before a party. I rushed to the dry cleaner and asked them to clean it fast.
Oh no. What happened?
Luckily, they helped me. I told them it was an emergency, and they cleaned and ironed the dress by the next morning. I was so thankful.
That's great. Sometimes dry cleaners also offer express service. That means they clean your clothes faster, maybe in one day if you really need them soon.
Yes, but express service sometimes costs more. Still, it's helpful when you're in a hurry or have an event to go to.
I like how dry cleaning places often remember their regular customers. They greet you, ask how you are, and take care of your clothes like they care.
It feels good when people know you by name and want to help. It makes the service more personal.
Some dry cleaners also fix clothes. If a button is missing, they can sew a new one. If there's a small tear, they can stitch it. That's really useful.
Yes, I once had a jacket with a broken zipper. I took it to the dry cleaners, and they replaced it. It was much cheaper than buying a new jacket.
That's a smart way to save money. Many people throw away clothes when they're damaged, but sometimes a small fix is all it needs.
Exactly. Some places even do alterations. That means they can change the size of your clothes, like make pants shorter or a shirt tighter.
I've done that before. I bought a dress that was too long. I took it to the dry cleaners and they made it the right length. It fit perfectly after that.
The workers there are often very skilled. They know how to work with different kinds of fabric like wool, silk, cotton, or leather.
Yes, and some fabrics need special care. For example, leather jackets, silk blouses, or wool coats can't go in a regular washing machine.
That's true. If you wash leather in water, it can get stiff or cracked. It's better to trust a professional cleaner with those clothes.
Also, when the season changes, many people take their clothes to the dry cleaner before putting them away. Like cleaning winter coats before summer or summer dresses before winter.
That's a good habit. Clean clothes last longer, and they smell fresh when you take them out again.
I also like using plastic or cloth covers from the dry cleaners. They help protect the clothes when they hang in the closet.
Yes, especially for special clothes like suits or dresses you only wear sometimes. The covers keep them clean and dust-free.
Do you ever take bed covers or curtains to the dry cleaner?
Yes, I do. Some big items like blankets, comforters, and curtains are hard to wash at home. Dry cleaners have big machines that can handle them.
That's another great use for dry cleaners. It's not only clothes, they clean many kinds of fabric.
Also, if you ever get ink or paint on something, don't try to clean it yourself right away. You might make it worse. Just take it to the dry cleaner and ask for help.
Good advice. Some stains need special treatment. The workers can look at the stain and know what to do.
I usually tell them what caused the stain. Like, this is coffee, or I dropped lipstick. That helps them choose the best cleaning method.
And they often give you a small ticket or receipt. You use it to pick up your clothes later. It has the date and the price so you don't forget.
Some people ask, how often should I dry clean my clothes? It really depends. If you wear something often, like a work suit, maybe every few weeks. But for special clothes, just when they look or smell dirty.
Yes, you don't need to dry clean too much. Too much cleaning can hurt the fabric. Just clean it when it needs it.
It's also smart to tell the cleaner if you want something special. For example, if you don't want starch, or if you have sensitive skin and need a gentle cleaning.
Good point. Many cleaners will do what you ask, they just need to know. Don't be shy. Asking simple questions in English like, can you use less starch? Or, can you clean this without perfume? Is helpful.
And it's a great chance to practice English. You learn words like stain, starch, iron, wrinkle, and delicate.
Also words like pick up, drop off, press, or alter. These are useful words you can use in real life.
So today we talked about what dry cleaning is, what kinds of clothes to take, and how dry cleaners help with stains, ironing, fixing clothes, and more.
We also shared some tips about keeping your clothes nice, how to ask for help, and how to make dry cleaning part of your routine.
We hope you enjoyed the podcast and learned something useful and simple about everyday English.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's always fun to learn together.
If you like this podcast, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and family.
And if you've ever used a dry cleaner, tell us in the comments. What did you bring? Was it a good experience?
We'd love to hear your stories. And your words may help other learners too.
Thanks again. Take care, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Way to clean clothes without water using chemicals. Dry clean. To allow something to fall from the container. Spill. Marked or dyed or discolored with foreign matter. Stained. Stiffen, clothes, etc., with starch. Starch. To smooth clothes with a heated iron. Iron.
Let's try that faster.
Marked or dyed or discolored with foreign matter. Stained. To allow something to fall from the container. Spill. Stiffen, clothes, etc., with starch. Starch. Way to clean clothes without water using chemicals. Dry clean. To smooth clothes with a heated iron. Iron.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Dry clean. I need to dry clean my skirt. Dry clean. I picked up your clothes from the dry cleaners. Dry clean. The tag on this shirt says dry clean only. Spill. She spilled her juice all over her homework. Spill. He was in such a hurry that he spilled his coffee all over the front of his shirt. Spill. There was an oil spill just off the coast. Stained. Her children had grass stains on their pants. Stained. I'm never going to be able to get the stain out of this shirt. Stained. The wine he spilled stained his pants. Starch. Can you starch my shirt? Starch. He starched his dress shirts so that they were nice and crisp. Starch. You can starch your jeans as well. Iron. He irons his shirt before putting it on. Iron. I need to iron the laundry. Iron. Every night, my mom does the ironing while watching TV.